Hi from the Book Tart. I'd like to tell you about a book I just read. It's called The Fireman Who Loved Me. It's by Jennifer Bernard, and it came out last spring, in March, I believe. In May. I'm kicking myself for having waited so long, but the only good thing about having waited is the sequel is out right now, and I'll be reading that this week. I'm excited to get into it. So this is part of the Bachelor Firmen series. It's the first one. It's where you get introduced to the San Gabriel Fire Department and the bachelors there. So it starts with an octogenarian senior citizen named Nellie, who's trying to get her her granddaughter married, or at least involved. So she invites her granddaughter to meet her at a bachelor auction. Melissa arrives at the hotel having no idea what's in store. She thinks she's going to dinner with her grandmother, and she finds out it's a bachelor auction of firemen, single firemen, and she's appalled. So that's a great scene. And as she dashes out, because she's had enough, she bumps into a guy and her glasses get knocked off, and he helps her up, and she meets, she doesn't find out his name, but you find out she meets Harry Brody, Captain Brody, chief of the San Gabriel Fire Department, and she's flustered and upset, and she snarks at him and thinks that he's up for auction, and she dashes out. Her grandmother wins a 27-year-old beautiful guy named Ryan. She bids on him, and Ryan is supposed to come be her date, which she's planning on sending Melissa. And Ryan, there's drama with Ryan not wanting to go, and Harry ends up going. Captain Brody ends up going, and he's all ready to take Nellie out and show her a good time. And Nellie pleads sick, and Melissa ends up going, and they're like oil and water. They think they don't get along and that there's nothing in common, but the thing with that relationship with Melissa, she was able to be herself and say what she was feeling, even if it wasn't PC. And he got a kick out of that. She wasn't scared of him. She spoke her mind, but they go their separate ways, thinking that's it. Melissa works at a news channel. She's a producer, and there's this storyline with Ella, the newscaster, who's a total I don't want to say the word out loud, but she's awful. Someone you love to hate. There's moments, glimmers of redeeming qualities, but not much. So there's Ella, and Melissa actually came back, took a step back in her career to work at this station, so she would be nearer to her grandmother, but also because she had a bad experience at the channel she worked at in LA with the newscaster who she thought she was in love with, and it broke up badly, and she has lost her confidence in relationships and a bit of her confidence in work. So through this novel you get to watch Melissa get back up on her feet, stand up for herself, stand her ground, and become herself again. You also get to meet Harry and find out where he's coming from and how the two of them can find some common ground. The dialogue between them is hot and sparkling. The sex scenes are steamy. The fire crew that you get to meet, the secondary characters, are very well drawn. I want to have a fireman of my own. So highly recommend The Fireman Who Loved Me by Jennifer Bernard. Go pick it up, run, don't walk to your nearest store or computer and order this. If you like romantic suspense, you won't be sorry. It's a delicious novel. And I'll tell you about the sequel next week. I'm looking forward to reading it. So definitely read it. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It's good. Check out thebooktart.com. Visit where I babble on about books, tell you what I'm reading, have some contests, and definitely check out the New Fiction Database where you can find out what books are coming out for the month of August. and scroll through by date and search by author and title. Goodbye from the Book Tart.